Hi, it's Mark from Top Local. We're here with Mark Huggan of Phantom Couriers in Vancouver, Vancouver's favorite courier service and most experienced and best. Let's be honest, just the bloody best couriers in Vancouver. How are you doing today, Mark?
Excellent. And the bar is pretty high there. I'll just be the best from now on. Not a problem.
Sounds
Starting
good.
now.
So we're talking about express delivery service here in Vancouver. How does an express delivery work? What's the parameters there?
That's the most important one. That's the most, like, people call us. They have a stressful situation that's happening and they don't know, they don't have the tools to deal with it. So they're like, oh my God, this needs to happen now. They outsource it to us. They're like, here's my stressful situation, handle it. And then they're like, huh, they sit back. So a lot of it is go to one place and man, you need a time machine. It had to be there yesterday. And that's what we do. We put out those fires for people and, we make promises and we keep them. That's our job.
So can you give me some examples of express deliveries, even just from today?
Sure. Very important. Somebody had to return an item to a store and it was like a $90 delivery from downtown Vancouver to Deep Cove. And it had to happen. And they were very adamant, like, no, this just has to happen. We said, this is expensive. Do it. Bang, done. So making sure that situation that was stressing them out, we could get it done so that they could relax and get on with their life. Picked up at a construction company to a residence. It was like an hour and 20-minute drive. We had to go from Surrey almost to Squamish and needed to be there. So it was like super important. It has to be there. Can you get this done? Yes. I got clear lines on our map, and it's like, we're in your neighborhood. We'll be there in a minute. Picked it up. Total fire went out. Get a phone call later. Like, oh, I didn't think it would happen. The guy's like, the whole time he was biting his nails. Like, this won't happen. It happened. And he calmed down. He's like, oh, I'm glad I had your number. The express stuff, or it could be a law firm, getting to another law firm so that the lawyers can start communicating and working on their tasks. Or it could be a law firm that doesn't want a law firm to do their work and they send it at the last hour. So they get it at 5 o'clock. Like, great, got it. It's legal. Whatever strategy you've got, whatever fire you need to put out, that's what we like, the express hot stuff. The on-demand freak out stuff is, that's our steak dinner every night at Phantom, It's like the cream, I guess, the top level, the gold.
Sure. So I guess mortgages and that sort of those kind of instruments and documents and around conveyancing, some of that's pretty super time sensitive. I guess that you get a fair amount of that kind of work.
The conveyancing, yeah, that usually happens a little bit before, and then definitely mortgage payouts are super important, like really important. And we always get the help. This is a mortgage payout. You got to be there on time. And a lot of them might be picked up in like Vancouver, but have to go to Toronto. So you cannot miss a connecting flight. And those are very important ones. A lot of notaries have those kind of buyouts, and they use this all the time. Good point. Mortgage buyouts, probably the number one nail biter for the sender. They're totally panicky. For some reason, it's the last minute, always like to the seconds.
Well, there's that stack of papers you got to sign. It slows everything down.
Yes, it's high pressure, but I deal with it. I don't know how I sleep, because when I look back at some of those things, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that phone call. They were just completely crazy with stress. And I'm like, okay, I got it. But we make it happen.
What about medical stuff?
Oh yeah, for sure. We work for the BC CDC and other places like that. And most of them are temperature controlled. So they're really professional. They're packaged, like they're excellent packaging. So it's the cardboard, the styrofoam, the coolant, more stuff. It's just like, it's never going to warm up almost, but you don't have much time. And we can get them up to northern BC, up to the Yukon. We have infrastructure, pick it up, get it on an airplane, fly it up, get the guy to pick it up at the seaport, drive it to the place, or have somebody at the hospital like alert them, okay, go down to the dock, it's there. And we're on top of that, like step by step, making it totally work. Right up to knowing the nurses stations all over in remote areas, right? Because living in a remote area, you need just what we need in a big city. It's just not as easy. So getting the medicine up there is big time. Pharmacy pickups are always urgent. People are not feeling well. They want to feel well. We're there for them. And I guess that's sort of how we make people's lives better too. You forget about that. It's not so, legal or diamonds or engagement rings or something crazy. It's just medicine, but we move a ton more. When I look back at each day, I'd say like 5% can be pharmacy, easy. And then to doctors' offices, we move Botox, and that's live culture. So we'll go out to a place that's making it, and you have an hour to get it to the doctor that's using it. It's not always cosmetic. It's used for a lot of purposes. So we might go from Botox facility in Richmond up to Laurel Street, PGH, and drop off tons of Botox. And then we go to residences and drop off tons of meds, super important meds all the time. And there's a window when they'll be there and accepting it. And it's always confidential and private. So you have to have an excellent system to get that stuff done. That's a big part. I forget about a lot of stuff I do, but the confidential medical deliveries, big time, important. Got to keep your eye on that ball, 100%. It's big business.
So there you go. If you have an emergency or you need something and it has to absolutely be there today, the guys to call, Phantom Couriers in Vancouver, 604-899-5447. They're the best.
Hey, we care.
And they care.
Yeah.
And they've been doing it for a long time, and they're really good. They're the guys to call. Yeah.
If it's important, tell us it's important, because we're listening, right? We're going to hear you say that, and it'll be like, this is important, let's do it.
And what's the tagline?
Any package anywhere, Phantom Couriers gets it there.
Thanks, Mark.
You got it, man. Thank you.